career coach and expert in networking who believes very strongly in the idea that career building really is all about networking. And so we're talking today about that very thing. In our first part of the series, we talked about the basics of networking, and today we're going to talk about how to take those basics into working an event, which is something that all of our WBR conference goers are very keen to understand better. So thank you so much, Wynn, for being here. We are contending with a parade today, just so you know, in case there are any random bagpipes or sirens that come into sound here. So first question, Wynn, is just how do I handle myself at an event?
Okay. You're at an event. If you're not used to these things, you're going to feel awkward. Believe it or not, you're not the only person to feel that way at an event. So what do people do when they feel awkward? They look for people to talk to. So you may come across a group and you may say, I can't join that group. They look like they know each other. They're just hiding the same way that you are. So find a line to say, listen, I'm new here. Could I come in and join your group? People are more than happy to have you come in. Somebody standing by themselves, obviously, is a great target. That's an interesting exhibit. Have you seen that before? Have you worked with these people? Start the conversation. If there's a line and you're really shy, get in the line. It's an easy way to talk to people. Everybody in the line is the most natural thing in the world that you should turn around and talk to the person behind you.
What about my attitude? How should I present myself? What kind of attitude should I have when I approach people, or just in general at events?
The attitude that I think is most attractive for other people is that you are interested in them. In these times, there's a lot of pressure on everybody to perform and to sell your product. So the temptation is, maybe the company's paying for me to come here, maybe I ought to just start, I have a great product. Networking is about the relationship. Unless you can build the relationship, build up a little trust, so that the person is invested in you, they're not going to be ready to listen to what you have to say about your product. So start out with something conversational. One of the ways to approach things is if there's a situation like a cocktail party, you may want to meet a lot of people, spend some time talking with them, get their card, and then find a way to follow up. If they're not in the same city, you could use Skype. But if they're the kinds of people who you want to be in touch with, in that part of your network, this sweet spot, people who you get along with, it's going to be easier for both of you to find time to talk afterwards in more depth.
What about when it comes down to, you don't have a lot of time, you're kind of in that whole 10-second pitch area. How do I deliver the perfect 10-second pitch?
It requires practice. It may start out as a 10-minute ramble. But these are the key components that I recommend putting into it that you can eventually work down into that 10-second pitch. And they are, first, what are you about? What is it that you stand for? What is it that's important to you that you want to convey? Second part is, why should they listen to you? Give some evidence of something you've done in the past. Some spectacular sale maybe, or something that you've done recently or recently promoted because of that kind of thing. So you give people a sense of what you bring to the table. And then engage them with what's important to you. Maybe it's a way that they can help you. What can you ask them that is something that's acceptable for them to hear? Not like, do you want to buy my product? But I'm really interested to know where your problems are in logistics, for instance. So the three parts are engage them in where you're heading, what it is that you stand for. Talk to them, give yourself some credibility. Why should you be listening to me? And then ask them a question that shows your interest in them and will serve you in serving them better.
Forgive the parade that's starting up again, but just one more question that's in this vein of working an event. There's a lot of events out there. Various industries have many. How do I know which events to choose, which ones are worth my time?
It's really hard. if you're in sales, you are thinking about who your customers are. So obviously you want to go to the ones where your customers are. Another kind of event to consider is who influences your customer. Who is it that either asks for a product or who is in a position to say these are the kinds of products or the vendors we want to consider. Those are two other kinds of events that you might want to attend. People influencing from below or influencing from above. Otherwise, obviously we pick your events because they're far superior.
Of course, that is the golden answer right there. No, that's great. I mean, I think that it's very important that those two concepts are outlined. Events, you know, it can be hard to choose an event. So thank you so much, Wynn. We were just here talking with Wynn Sheffield about networking and how to work an event with the basics of networking employed, which we talked about in part 1. So if you haven't seen part 1 yet, please do check that out. And then we'll be back with part 3, which is talking about networking and your product. Thank you, Wynn.
Thank you.